Welcome to part one of this week's Tech News Weekly Review. If you're tuning in for the first time, we're breaking down the hottest stories from February 3rd, 2026, starting with fiber optics, the unsung hero powering our digital world. This ties right into my recent series on multi-core fiber and space division multiplexing, where we explored the capacity crunch. Today, we'll see how fiber is fueling massive deals and innovations. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now for parts 2 and 3 dropping midweek. Let's dive in. Hey, it's Justin here from Toronto, bringing you the latest in tech with a focus on what matters most. In this 3-part series, we'll cover fiber optics first, then AI dominance, and wrap with broader trends. If you caught my MCF series, you'll love how these stories connect. Hit like if you're excited, and let's break down the fiber news. Kicking things off with a blockbuster deal. Meta has signed a massive agreement with Corning for up to $6 billion in advanced fiber optic cables. This is all about supercharging Meta's AI data centers across the US, expanding manufacturing in North Carolina. Why does this matter? As we discussed in my MCF series, AI's data demands are exploding, and fiber like this could accelerate the adoption of multi-core tech for greener, faster networks. Imagine downloading entire libraries in seconds. That's the future this enables. Next up, AT&T is going all in on fiber broadband. They're targeting over 40 million customer locations by the end of 2026, a 25% jump from last year. CEO John Stankey is forecasting double-digit earnings growth through 2028, boosted by their $5.8 billion acquisition of Lumen's fiber assets. For us in Toronto and Canada, this signals potential expansions. Faster internet for homes and businesses could be on the horizon, especially with similar pushes from Bell and Rogers. Then there's the optical transceiver market booming. These are the key components for high-speed fiber communications, and the global market is set to reach $32.5 billion by 2035. It's driven by 5G rollouts, AI data centers, and widespread fiber deployments. Meta's already using 800G modules, and Google is pushing for even higher speeds, aiming for over 60% market share in AI clusters by year-end. This directly relates to SDM tech, more bandwidth without more cables. And don't miss the research highlights. Caltech's new tech extends ultra-low loss from fibers to silicon photonic chips, opening doors for visible light applications in sensors and computing. Plus, Nokia's hollow core fiber is making waves for low-latency AI interconnects. These innovations could revolutionize everything from smart cities to quantum networks. Fiber isn't just infrastructure, it's the foundation for the AI revolution we'll cover next. Stay tuned for part 2 on AI and data centers. If this got you thinking, comment below with your thoughts on fiber's role in tech. Thanks for watching part 1. Subscribe and turn on notifications for the full series. Welcome back to part 2 of Tech News Weekly. If you missed part 1 on fiber optics, check it out now, link in the description. We saw how fiber is powering the future, but today we're looking at what's running on that fiber. We're zooming into AI and data centers. These stories build on that foundation, showing why fiber tech like MCF is crucial. But it's not just about cables anymore. It's about the intelligence pulsing through them. Let's explore the dominance of AI this week. It's Justin again, your Toronto-based tech guide. In this middle chapter, we're diving deep into AI's massive investments. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars shifting the global economy. If you're into stocks, breakthroughs, or just the future of tech, this is for you. Like and subscribe for part 3. We've got a lot to cover, from 100-year bonds to orbital space stations, so let's jump straight in. Big tech is on an AI spending spree like never before. Alphabet, Google's parent, is issuing $20 billion in bonds. But here's the kicker. They're including rare 100-year bonds. That is not a typo. Think about what that signals. A 100-year bond shows Alphabet's extreme long-term confidence that AI is not a bubble. It's the new electricity. They are betting that this tech will generate value well into the 22nd century. Across the board, companies are committing a staggering $650 billion to AI capital expenditures in 2026 alone. To put that in perspective, that's larger than the GDP of many mid-sized nations. It's an unprecedented wave of capital pouring into infrastructure. This has sparked massive rallies in chip stocks like Nvidia and AMD. Everyone needs GPUs. We are seeing a gold rush mentality where the shovel sellers, the chip makers, are becoming the most valuable companies on Earth. But this spending also flags a bottleneck. It's not just about money, it's about physics. There are only so many advanced fabs in the world that can print these chips, creating a supply crunch that drives these massive investment numbers. For us here in Toronto, this global spend is a huge signal. Our local AI scene is booming, with hubs like the Vector Institute leading the charge in research and commercialization. We are a global node in this network. We're seeing more local investments and talent retention than ever before. If the global giants are spending $650 billion, Toronto is perfectly positioned to catch that wave, turning academic prowess into industrial power. Now, let's talk about Ciena. They're emerging as a star in this space, evolving from a pure fiber tech company into an absolute AI infrastructure powerhouse. They connect the brains of the operation. Their wave logic technology is the secret sauce. Think of it like noise-canceling headphones for light data. It allows them to cram way more information into existing fiber strands, which is critical when you're training models on the entire internet. Analysts are now calling Ciena a must-own stock for the AI era. It directly links back to those optical advancements we covered in part 1. You can have the fastest AI, but if it can't talk to other clusters, it's useless. Moving on to some truly mind-bending research. MIT's 10 breakthrough technologies for 2026 list is out, and it's heavily focused on the infrastructure we're discussing. It's a roadmap for the next decade. Hyperscale data centers made the list. These aren't just server rooms, they are city-sized engines of compute. They rely entirely on the advanced fiber tech we've been geeking out over to function at scale. But it wasn't just computing. The list also featured gene editing for designer babies, a controversial but massive leap in biotech. And guess what? Simulating those genetic outcomes requires insane amounts of AI processing power. Then there are smaller nuclear reactors. This is the energy bottleneck solution. Tech hubs need massive amounts of reliable green energy 24/7, and wind or solar just isn't consistent enough for AI clusters. Imagine a dedicated nuclear source for a single data center campus. That's the level of infrastructure planning happening right now to keep the AI lights on without melting the grid. And get this, tourist space stations also made the cut. We're talking about orbital habitats for civilians, but even in space, you need Netflix and high-speed data, right? Picture fiber optics enabling seamless communications from these stations to Earth. The crossover potential for the tech we're discussing today is truly interstellar. Orbital data centers might be next. On the startup side, Anthropic is making waves. They are reportedly closing a funding round of over $20 billion. That's a massive war chest for AI safety and development. This fuels the intense competition with OpenAI and Google. Anthropic's focus on constitutional AI, tech that aligns with human values, is expensive to build, hence the massive capital raise. These developments aren't isolated. It's a symbiotic relationship. AI needs fiber infrastructure, and fiber tech needs AI demand. Low latency and high capacity features of fiber are what make hyperscale AI training possible. Without the fiber, the AI revolution hits a wall. We're watching the birth of a new utility, AI-ready connectivity. It's reshaping everything from how we power our cities to how we edit our own DNA. The scale of the change is hard to wrap your head around, but when you see companies dropping hundreds of billions on it, you know it's the real deal. AI's dominance is reshaping tech, but there's even more to the story. In part 3, we'll cover broader trends, from gadgets to global investment shifts. If this got you thinking, comment below with your thoughts on AI and data centers. See you in the finale. Subscribe and hit the bell for part 3. We're wrapping up Tech News Weekly with part 3. Catch up on parts 1 and 2 if you haven't, links below. We've covered fiber and AI. Now, let's expand to everyday tech trends that touch gamers, investors, and more. This broadens our scope while tying back to the core themes. How does all that infrastructure we discussed actually reach you? That's what we're answering today. Justin here, closing out the series from Toronto. This part is all about making tech accessible, from AI in your home to stock picks and regulations. If this series hooked you, smash that like and subscribe for next week's review. We've saved some of the most relatable stories for last. Starting with AI in everyday life, this week's trends include AI-powered baby sleep monitors that track breathing patterns and sleep cycles with clinical precision. We're also seeing lightweight smart glasses that actually look like normal eyewear, providing heads-up navigation and real-time translation right in your field of view. And don't forget interactive robot dogs for companionship. These are more than toys. They use advanced LLMs to provide emotional support and social interaction for the elderly and children alike. These devices expand enterprise AI into our homes, and they rely entirely on that seamless fiber connectivity we discussed in Part 1 for real-time, low-latency data processing. For high-growth stocks, keep an eye on Zscaler in cybersecurity. As data moves to the cloud, protecting it becomes the ultimate priority for every enterprise on the planet. Then there's Palantir for AI analytics. They're seeing massive adoption across government and commercial sectors as organizations race to turn their raw data into actionable intelligence. And Workday in cloud HR, expecting anywhere from 15 to 60% revenue jumps as they integrate generative AI into their talent management suites. It's a goldmine for productivity. Tie this back to fiber plays like Corning for a diversified portfolio. Without the glass, none of these cloud or AI companies can reach their customers effectively. It's the ultimate infrastructure play. Now, let's talk about the rules of the game. Regulatory shifts are happening fast. Apple and Google are adjusting their app stores to comply with new UK competition rules. Meanwhile, Google just got EU approval for its massive $32 billion acquisition of Wiz. This is a huge bet on cyber AI and cloud security dominance. In India, new mandates require platforms to remove deepfakes much faster than before. These changes are sparking intense ethics debates with massive global impact on free speech and safety. Gaming and office tech aren't standing still either. Hearthstone's 2026 showcase just dropped, bringing new features that leverage cloud-based AI for smarter matchmaking and deck building. And office mergers like Dex Imaging with Konica Minolta are streamlining workflows for businesses everywhere. Fun for gamers, practical for professionals, all enhanced by those underlying fiber networks. To recap, AI in everyday life brings the tech home via fiber. High-growth stocks like Zscaler and Palantir offer massive investment opportunities linked directly to this tech infrastructure. Regulatory shifts are shaping global ethics, while gaming and office updates provide the entertainment and productivity boosts we all feel daily. It's a complete ecosystem. These trends show tech's wide reach, from the fiber foundations we started with to the daily life impacts we're seeing right now. Everything is connected. That's your full tech wrap-up for the week. Fiber and AI are at the heart of the revolution, but these broader stories are what keep the industry exciting and unpredictable. We've gone from the ocean floor cables to the cloud and back to your living room. It's been a wild ride covering the developments of early February 2026. Thanks for joining me for this 3-part deep dive. I'm Justin from Toronto, and it's been a pleasure being your guide through the future of technology. Comment your favorite story below. I want to know what you think. Like if this series helped you understand the tech world better, and subscribe for more reviews just like this. We've got shorts coming from this series soon, so stay tuned for those quick hits. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review. Take care.